почти не беда. Так. Вот это хорошо. 2000 щелы было, да? Ну 10 это много, конечно. Может быть, что-то здесь все-таки доделать надо какое-нибудь? Я вот думаю.
Alright, let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place where all eyes size you up.
Так. Может почитать то, что тут дал дядя. Политика. Это у меня есть, у меня есть. Ну, попробуем. Я просто не знаю, мне кажется, это нормальная тема. Только надо, мне кажется, то, что хотя бы на первый левел проучить, надо будет почитать. Потому что совсем ничего нет, что-то, по-моему. Ты чё?
Well, Your Eminence, do you still have any room left?
Ah, my son, the sin of gluttony is the most difficult of all in my eyes. Nevertheless, what a charming moment we have had together. I'm delighted I was able to talk to Mr. von Wollner. We hadn't spoken to each other for an eternity.
Yes. I noticed that Your Eminence knew a fair number of people at the table.
The benefit of age, my son. This isn't my first invitation to Lord Mortimer's. You will see, it's the perfect place to make new friends. Indeed, I noticed that you and Mr. Bonaparte had already begun.
Ah, I adapt quickly to local customs. It's what I was taught.
And you are right to do so, my son. But tell me, have you had any news of your mother since your arrival?
Alas, still nothing, Your Eminence. But I still haven't been able to meet Lord Mortimer.
Do not worry. It is typical of him. What can I say? Lord Mortimer is a very busy man. I should think you are beginning to worry.
Well, I must admit, Your Eminence, indeed it does worry me.
I understand, Louis. But continue to have faith in Sarah. You'll see, I'm sure, that in a few days we'll all be laughing together.
That's all I hope for, Your Eminence. But while I have you with me, I have a question for you.
Go ahead, Louis. What can I do for you?
If I said to you, where all eyes size you up, would it mean anything to you?
I don't know if it's the place you're looking for, Louis, but it makes me think of the portrait gallery.
There's a gallery here? Can you tell me where to find it, please?
Of course. Just go through the door at the end. It will lead into the library. Continue all the way through, and you'll end up in the gallery. You'll see it, Louis. When you get there, you'll know.
Thank you very much, Your Eminence. On that last word, then, I shall leave you to fight your demons. See you later, Your Eminence.
See you later, my son.
This painting has caused some debate. Who did Dosi paint? Alcina the fairy or Circe the magician?
Сложный мемес.
Discourse on the Method by Descartes. This book changed the way I looked at the world. Romney painted Lady Hamilton as Circe. Circe preparing wine. What better trap for Ulysses?
Мне не надо выходить, во-первых, мне не дадут, а не дадут.
The Conversion of Ulysses by Gors. Circe changing Ulysses' companions into swines.
Походу здесь ничего нет.
A swine in a salon. That's an odd choice of decor. The lock is surrounded by a triple circle.
Я уверен, что не был такой ключ.
Devil's Thorn. Circe. Dining on ham. Well, that's very appetizing.
Что я не уверен, что здесь
Dining on ham. Well, that's very appetizing. A drachma.
Что они дают-то вообще? Не понимаю, на вещи. Подожди, что это?
The lock is surrounded by a
Отсюда?
triple circle.
Вся земля. Что-то непонятно. Осталось 3 человека. Интересно. Что это такое? И что я этим могу открыть? Интересно, конечно, узнать. Ну ладно. А это что такое? Вот такое. Хитростью левел 1. Вот хитростью левел 1 хотя бы, конечно. Было бы неплохо. Так, это сложно как-то. Какие-то буквы, что-то куда-то непонятно. Видимо, мне нужно туда.
A few pages out of an old encyclopedia. Where all eyes size you up. Chances are, that's the room my mother spoke of. And she also spoke of a Medusa. Should I go and try to find the creature now?
Все. Зонтик сильный, конечно, сильный.
Celia. That name means nothing to me.
Мне тоже. Ну это просто так здесь не стоит, я понял, да. В общем, понятно.
A painting with no name.
Это здесь просто так не стоит, я понял.
I've got to find out what Mother was trying to do with her. The Medusa. A hero armed with a sword? A hero with a lantern. And the last one holding a shield. I'll stake my life on it. All the statues form a single scene together. The poor devils are about to face the beast. Let's give them a helping hand.
А можно я пока покажу просто еще?
The Origin of Myths, a reinterpretation of legendary creatures. Just what I need. The text is in French on the left-hand page and in Latin on the right hand. Let's find the chapter on the Medusa. Hang on. This version is significantly different from the regular one. It recounts how men have always belittled women in society. Harpies, mermaids, the chimera, the hydra, the gorgons. The section on the Medusa. While some of the heroes divert attention from the gorgon, the hero with the sword brandishes his weapon at the Medusa.
Ага. Я бы все обходил еще, на самом деле, без обид. Надо там еще, мне кажется, что-то поискать.
Golden elixir. I'll keep it for later.
François Ier. Receipt.
The Song of Roland. A fragment of amber.
Yeah.
The Fall of Phaeton. Another painting by Rubens. Poor Phaeton, struck by lightning for borrowing his father's chariot and losing control of it. Moral,
Выйти нельзя. Ну ладно.
don't steal dad's chariot.
Там еще какая-то дичь лежит.
Amber crystals.
Пацанчики, ребята. Ну, возможно, тут, конечно, все, что здесь есть. Особо здесь нечего, никуда больше. А, вот сюда, это надо теперь сесть. Понял. О, какой-то. Сюда выйти нельзя, ясно дело. Ну, где-нибудь вот тут еще может быть где-нибудь, да? Наверное. Видимо, нет здесь. А, нет, что-то нет, это картина. Распятие.
Christ Crucified by Velasquez. Look, someone's left a note there. Reserved for the Duke of Alquidia.
Что за дичь? Ладно. О. Ясно. Да не о. Они просто поворачиваются. Да, это. Типа... Где челик с мечом? Вон он. Правильно, это значит... Надо на нами эту штуку повернуть. Это к щитовику. Ага. А, он типа уже что ли стоял к ней? Ну, это логично. Нет, это не так, слышь, неправильно. А хотя вот так вот может быть логично.
If I respect the legend, I have to place the hero holding the shield in front of the Medusa. Except for here, it doesn't work. There must be something else.
Типа он щитом отражает или я что-то не понимаю немножко. Типа этот там рубит.
Hang on. This version is
Ладно, не
significantly
повторяй это
different from the
миллиард
regular
раз,
one.
можно?
It recounts how men have always belittled
Ладно.
women in society. Harpies, mermaids, the chimera, the hydra, the gorgons. Ah, the section on the Medusa. While some of the heroes divert attention from the Gorgon, the hero with the sword brandishes his weapon at the Medusa.
Блин, ну можно, конечно... на нее светить, но я что-то не понимаю немножко какой смысл. Типа, а в чем смысл? Она должна на него смотреть, что ли? Что? А она на него смотрит. Что ее душат там? Ну не, это глупость какая-то. Ребят, он смотрит туда. Куда этот дядя светит, я не пойму. А смысл того, что он туда светит, я просто не знаю.
The statue is darker on the right-hand side. It must be often placed towards the fire, which would explain the difference in color. In that case, it would be facing the Medusa. Perfect for the coup de grace.
Так она стоит, так, по-моему, и стоит, нет? А, лицом. Подожди секунду. Может, и не стоит тогда. Что за бред? Типа...
Now, Louis, it's time to keep a logical mind, as every good scientist should. The aim is to defeat the Medusa.
Ну,
So what
светить.
can the lantern be for? To light up the Medusa? Hardly likely. The hero holding the lantern will be easy prey, and the shield will be of no use. To light up the sword? No.
Ну,
That makes no
щит как-то
sense.
светить, это понятно.
So that leaves the shield. I wonder if the aim is to play with the light. If I turn the shield right, the light would be reflected. The ray of light will perturb the Medusa and focus her attention on the best protected hero.
Это все очевидно, это...
Pretty
это
smart.
абсолютно очевидно. Типа он так не светит, я понимаю, но... И на мечевика, что ли, его поставить? Просто если я его вот так поставлю, то, по-моему, он будет туда же светить, нет? Обратно, в него же и будет. Какой смысл?
Let's think. To vanquish the beast, the statues have to be lined up in a specific order. What can the shield be for? To protect its holder? Why not? But in that case, what's the lantern for? Step back and take a second, Louis. Be logical, but open-minded. Think outside the box. Nobody said a statue has to have only one use. I wonder if the lantern was to distract the Medusa. This shield can both protect the holder and also reflect the light from the lantern to distract the beast. In other words, I'll have to make an angle of 90 degrees between the lantern and the Medusa by turning the shield to face the sword. If Mortimer's the one who thought of all this stuff, then honestly, he must have a screw loose. Crazy idea, but worth a shot.
Ну это понятно, елки-палки. Но она должна смотреть на него, это типа понятно. Еще это века.
It looks right, but nothing's happening. Maybe, in this position, the hero with the shield is just dazzling his colleague.
Понятно.
If I respect the legend, I have to place the hero holding the shield in front of the Medusa. Except for here, it doesn't work. There must be something else.
Не understand вообще, что я должен сделать. Это же бред какой-то. Не, ну конечно, можно его поставить на лунном месте. Конечно. Я все еще не понимаю, типа, а что? Какой смысл в этом? Ну, светит она в него. Это глупость какая-то. Там надо куда-то... Что-то сложно, непонятно у меня. На щитовика должен смотреть.
If I respect the legend, I have to place the hero holding the shield in front of the Medusa. Except for here, it doesn't work. There must be something else.
Что я должен придумать? Я не понимаю, что. Куда я должен повернуть? Ёлки-палки. Глупость. То же самое.
If I respect the legend, I have to place the hero holding the shield in front of the Medusa. Except for here, it doesn't work. There must be something else.
Pete's sake, Emily! You scared the pants off me. Don't ever do that again.
Well, keep your nose out of my business then.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop fooling around and tell me what you're doing here.
Oh yeah? So tell me what you're doing here. Yeah, just like me.
Probably, but I asked the question first.
Well then, we'll pretend you haven't asked me yet.
What about a little gallantry, Louis? Come on, I'm listening. What are you doing here?
I admit everything, madam. You win. I've been bitten by the same bug as you.
I beg your pardon?
We can't resist being where we shouldn't, seeking out our host's little secrets. So, we have that in common, right?
I really thought you were going to answer me this time. Well, no matter. I'll tolerate your presence this one time. Now, since you're here, make yourself useful. Look around on your side. I'll do the same on mine. And if you find anything of interest, let me know.
Oh yeah, in your dreams. At your service, madam.
A golden fleece.
It's freezing. Hurry up.
Cold? You want a rug? It'll warm you up.
I wouldn't be caught dead in that horrible thing.
That's a pity. The gold color brings out your eyes.
And your flattery brings out your boorishness.
Ясно.
An unofficial gospel? You'd be more likely to find this kind of book at the Vatican.
Nothing special. The library at Buckingham has 3.
Мне надо было спросить. Я что-то спросить хотел.
A cache.
You should see this sword, Emily. It's magnificent.
I'm busy. Describe it to me.
Нет, ну...
I think this is Excalibur, King Arthur's sword. I've always dreamt of drawing it from the stone.
Просто что
How
было
sweet. You're still clinging to your boyhood dreams. When you finished playing, maybe you can help me search the place?
Amber
ветер
crystals.
проклятый.
Here's something interesting. A manor in Maine, hundreds of acres of land in Catalonia, properties in Shanghai. Incredible. Some of these deeds are over 600 years old, and all signed by the hand of Mortimer.
I wonder if that's what inspired my mother's attention. How come all these documents have Mortimer's signature on them?
Do you think all these properties really belong to him?
Maybe Mortimer is immortal or capable of living for a very long time, like Methuselah.
A first smile. Careful. Keep that up and soon you'll end up laughing.
Carry on sprouting inanities like that, and indeed I might.
Так и есть.
These documents are intriguing,
Ты что,
but do
совсем
you really
понимаешь?
think that's what attracted your mother's attention here?
And how do you know my mother was interested in this room?
I didn't know, I just supposed she was. And you just confirmed it. So, do you think she found what she came for?
I don't know. She was obsessed with Mortimer, and I must confess, these property deeds are troubling.
If that's the case, why would she have left them?
Once again, I don't know. We'll have to ask her when we find her. And what's your take? How did Lord Mortimer get all this? It's just crazy.
Secret connections, money, or a well-kept family treasure passed on from generation to generation. Who knows?
That would mean some of Mortimer's ancestors lived before Jesus was born. I wonder why my mother didn't make it clear what she was interested in here.
She didn't have time to write it down, or maybe she wasn't sure of what she was looking for.
Or she wanted to protect her discoveries. It's disturbing.
You'll just have to search the rest of the room. Maybe you'll find something. What is that you found?
A cameo pendant.
Махать мне, конечно, глаза там.
What's going on?
Nothing.
For crying out loud, Emily, you lunged for that jewel like your life depended on it. Tell me what this is about.
No. We just met, Louis. I like you, but I can't just suddenly open myself up like a book to you.
Listen, Emily. It seems pretty obvious to me that you haven't come here for the sole purpose of sampling Mortimer's cellar. Stop all the clever evasions and just trust me.
And why the hell should I place my trust in you, Louis?
Что-то как-то...
When are you going to
Ладно.
understand that I just want to help you?
What do you expect? That I'll fall into your arms and say yes to everything you want?
What are you talking about? I'm only asking you to trust me a little. If only on principle, as a member of the Golden Order, for example.
I'll admit you are fairly reliable.
That's it? I was expecting more.
Well, I'm prepared to trust you when it comes to choosing a French cheese, but I've nothing to gain by confiding in you any further than that.
Nothing to gain? Damn it, Emily! I'm only trying to help you. Stop needing to gain something all the time.
Because you think I need help?
Just like everyone, you have your strengths and your weaknesses, and there's no use pretending otherwise.
Ha! And I bet you found out where I'm weak, haven't you?
Приют. Психология, хитрость, политика.
You think your scathing wit protects you, but in fact, it makes you blind. No sooner have people introduced themselves than you already see them in a bad light. You play the part of a strong woman, and yes, you are a strong woman, of course, but what I see is a sensitive
Ладно,
young
это была
lady who
неправильная
lacks
штука,
self-confidence.
очевидно.
Stop adopting a defensive posture, and you'll see just how quickly new doors will open.
There is some truth to what you say.
А может,
I might have some weaknesses, but I don't need your help to overcome them. And I'm simply not contemplating collaborating with anyone at this time. Do you understand?
Yes, it's perfectly clear. You're already working with someone.
Ah, well spotted, Louis. I already have a work partner. I know my weaknesses. I don't doubt that your abilities will be of use to me, but I already have all that, thanks to my teammate.
Is there any chance you might tell me who he is?
No, I've already said too much. Consider yourself lucky I've even given you this much. It's extremely rare, believe me.
Come on, don't stop now that you've come this far. You know that eventually I'll end up making you talk.
Well, since no one can resist you, let's see if you can guess who my partner is.
You're a gambler. So, your partner is... your sister. She's your partner. She's the one you're looking for.
Well, I am impressed. How the devil did you guess I had a sister? Virtually no one even
я
knows.
гений просто.
When it comes to getting results, you are very good, I grant you that. You deserve to know why the sight of the cameo pendant affected me so strongly. I thought it belonged to Emma, my twin sister.
Oh. Now I get why you said you had a memory for two.
Yes, you can't imagine to what extent, though. As children, everyone got us mixed up. So one day we decided to play along. Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough. The woman with two faces.
Clever. But isn't it complicated? How do you make it work?
One of us has no existence in the outside world. We share everything. First for one, then for the other. We dress the same, wear the same makeup, we speak the same. We've learned to act as one. When we accept a mission, we both turn up. This time, though, she went ahead and I was meant to wait for her on the mainland. She was meant to meet Sir Home and bring back the details so we could work out who would follow up.
And there was a problem?
She was supposed to return from Mortimer's 1 week ago. The boat turned up at Plymouth, but alas, no trace of my sister. Instead, a sailor passed me a message from home, notifying me of her sudden disappearance.
So, my mother and your sister go missing just a few days apart. That's strange. Maybe their disappearances are linked.
It's clearly a possibility, but up to now I haven't found a trace of either of them.
None of this is very reassuring.
By the way, Louis, now that you are in on the secret, you are obliged to keep it to yourself, or you will pay very dearly.
Don't worry. Your secret is safe with me.
It's time to leave.
So, what do you think of our first adventure?
I must admit, it has been fun by your side.
Same here.
Oh, she's been drinking too much again.
Louis, I need to talk to you right now.
Good evening, Elizabeth. Actually, this is not a good time.
I'm begging you, please don't leave me alone.
I'll be waiting for you in your room, but don't be late.
Блин, ну там тысяч, по-моему, нет.
I was sure there was a certain je ne sais quoi between us.
Louis, we need to talk now. Otherwise it'll be too late.
Нет, я
Looks like
знаю.
Elizabeth really needs me, but if I start talking to her, for sure
Нет,
Emily
я
won't
знаю,
wait
я
for me.
видел, что...
What should I do?
Не, я не пойду, я не видел.
Excuse me,
Там будет
Elizabeth,
один
but
одно и то же примерно.
some very urgent business has cropped up. We can speak tomorrow.
No,
Она будет не
Louis,
мозги
don't leave me
просто
alone. They've come
душить.
back.
Good night, madam.
Она будет душить мне мозги, это очевидно. Я помню это.
Well, well, Louis, you took your sweet time. What did our poor Elizabeth want?
Ага.
The truth is, I really don't have the slightest idea. But I thought all of that could wait until tomorrow.
That young girl seems very...
Emily? Have I misunderstood something here? What are you doing in my room?
And for a while now, the question has been nagging at me.
And that explains why I now find you here in my bed. Go ahead. Ask me the question that's been burning at your lips.
I know your mother was here to meet someone, but I can't figure out who.
Oh, so that's what's been hiding behind all this.
We are both members of the Order, Louis. Let's try to be honest with each other. I have followed with great interest your affair in Paris, in connection with Mr. von Borchardt. You managed to steal something from him, if I'm not mistaken.
Emily, you suddenly seem to be... very interested in my private affairs. You aren't pumping me for information, are you?
Not in the least, Louis. I'm deeply hurt that you'd even think such a thing of me.
Look, I'm sorry. I just thought that...
Well, you thought wrong. I was interested in you, that's all. But that seems to be beyond you.
Don't take it like that. My mother and I recovered an old occult book that von Borchardt was planning to resell on the black market. There. Now you know it all.
This is quite fascinating. But just what did Sarah expect to accomplish here?
Ну блин, ну я не хочу все говорить, слышь, чё?
If only I knew myself. My mother always takes a sly pleasure in telling me as little as
Гоните
possible.
очко назад.
Oh, poor little Louis. Your mother hides things from you. That's not very nice.
No, it's not nice at all. And you? What were you supposed to do once the book was found?
Give it to our sponsor, of course. Sir Gregory has more than one card up his sleeve.
So you mean home is playing both sides?
Right. Enough chatting. Come and join me instead.
Да поехали, чё? придушить ее. А тут что-то она нагрела совсем.
I have to go, Louis. I don't want anyone finding me here in the morning.
You're right. Well, have a good night.
Good night. See you tomorrow, rested and ready.
Sure thing.
Что-то скорее эликсир вроде, да? Что-то распущенный тупо. Что за обранки?
Lord Mortimer? Monsieur de Richet, at last we meet.
Здорово. Сейчас будет не провести, да, когда нам и